What's the underlying foundation of any successful warehouse activity? It's the process. And oftentimes we focus in on the measurements and the customer facing metrics, but we ignore the process. 99.9% accuracy, you may still have a broken process. We dive into this topic today with Chris Hamley of the Brecham Group, and we get his expertise on why you need to manage the process and not the measurements, and how you go about making sure that execution is happening properly, and some examples of what that may look like. This is DC 101.
So very often when we're on operations, we hear people talk about what their quality results are, for instance, and they're using metrics like what customer returns look like, or what customer contacts said they did, or just outbound audits sometimes, which is great. And they talk about 99 point whatever percent accuracy, and that those are great customer facing metrics. The reality, though, is as you dig into those operations, oftentimes what you'll see is that there's a ton of labor being spent in fixing problems to drive that result. So I have a lot of exceptions I catch from caused by picking in the packing process, for instance, and we're sending people out to fix those errors. And yeah, the result is a really high quality output. The reality, though, is that those things drive inefficiency in the operation, and you ultimately have to manage the process and the results of each of those steps in the process to yield the great output of quality, not just fixing things to make the output look good. So it's critical to understand the process because you need to know what they're supposed to be doing, right? And particularly when exceptions are being generated, what caused those exceptions to be created? A great example is, you think about picking exceptions, and the wrong product keeps showing up in packing from picking. Well, it could be that the employee is just not picking it accurately. They're going to the wrong location, not reading location labels, whatever that is. It could also be that we put it away to the wrong location. So the system thinks it's picking the right stuff and the person thinks they're picking the right stuff. But at the end of the day, somebody upstream made that mistake. I could have received it wrong. And I have to start understanding the details of what caused that exception in order to then really fix the problem. So my manager needs to understand what broke in the process in order to be able to go fix it. So again, it's understanding the impact of what it means to the organization downstream, right? That I have to understand what I'm doing that either helps or hurts the operation. So there are a couple of ways to do it. One, we like to talk about process control audits, which are really just having our leaders go out and monitor and watch what employees do on some frequency, right? Just to make sure they're following all the right steps. We create this list of kind of the top 10 things you have to do to be successful in a job. And we ask the leader to go out and just make sure every person's doing that from time to time. That's one way. You can make sure you can control it through behaviors. Another way to go is actually taking all that labor we're spending in doing QA on the outbound side and redeploy it inside the operation and look at the process accuracy at each step. So auditing put away, for instance, going out and sampling, did I put it away to the right location frequently enough? Right? Look at my picking side, say, okay, did I pick it accurately, frequently enough? So it's how do I control the process side of it and make sure that people are following the right things, but then ultimately at that detailed level of a process, auditing and making sure that they actually get the results we want.
For more information on how to get your operations to suck less, check out the Brecham Group.